I don't know how long that run is, but we got out the water about 10:15 at night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What's a
good day.
trip, man, is how many bats, gobs of bats.
Really?
Like at any one spot, like in my headlamp light, I bet there was 40 bats at a time. And that's probably because the bugs were coming to the light as well.
You ever caught a bat on your fly rod?
No.
Oh, okay.
Have you?
I've watched it happen, but no.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Out of the air?
Yeah. I got tangled up in the fly line.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody's
I've
back
caught a
Snag a
snake.
Okay.
And I meant to do it. Like I was like, oh, there's a snake coming across the river, and you throw the fly line out there, right? And you strip, boop, snake.
Yeah.
And now you're like, shit.
Now I got a snake
I got a snake on my line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and my buddy's like, great, what are you going to do now? You dumbass. You got to bring it to the boat. Don't bring it to the boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't pull that prairie.
Oh, yeah. I had to bring it to the
bowl.
boat, put it in the net, you know, and you're like, you're an idiot, dude. Don't hook a snake, you know?
John are walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other one has to say.
Welcome to the Ruck List podcast. I didn't even ask these guys if they wanted to start. I just said it. Tyrel's like, shit, my hat's off. Looking like Slim Shady over here with my new hair.
I know I need a haircut.
Just not really awake yet. We've had this conversation before where Tyrel's like, how about we do 7:30 tonight? And then somebody goes, how about 6 a.m.? and I'm like, Tyrel, this is not when you thrive.
No, this is tough.
But for you-
I should have been here. I'm sorry, boys.
No, you're good. We were doing shoot to eat, and
Yeah.
I missed today, and you brought a burrito.
Yeah, but they're cold.
They're
From
cold?
the fridge. I made them last night for us.
That makes me feel better, because if there was like a really warm, cheesy green chili kind of thing sitting over there,
cold, gross burrito.
it's that whole like integrity is
Homemade,
what you
not
do.
even, I didn't even buy it.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Right.
Didn't even feel like purchasing something. So,
So you bought those? You cooked those things?
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're good.
Well, you and Colin
Nice.
can have one. Colin drilled the
Drilled it?
little target at 20 yards today.
Yeah. I let down though on the first one.
What?
But-
So what? It doesn't matter.
Overthinking.
Colin has switched to the traditional bow, trad bow,
Yeah.
recurve. What do you call it? What do you call it?
I call it semi-trad because
Semi-trad.
it's still carbon fiber risers.
Semi-trad.
And it's not.
Okay.
I don't think it counts until it's all
Semi-trad
wood.
sounds illicit.
That's all.
Yeah,
it
it
Sounds a little
Semi-trad.
illicit.
Until you cut the tree down.
Yes.
Until
Yeah.
you whittle it.
Yes.
You gonna call Joe Bradley and go make one?
I would love to. I'd love to.
String it.
Joe
That
listens
is-
in. Joe, hook up with Colin. Let's make a couple trad bows this winter.
Sold.
You know,
Sold. I want to learn. I have consumed a lot of YouTube content for the first
Yeah,
time
yeah,
in my life.
yeah.
Like I don't really YouTube much,
right?
and I think my wife's done overhearing it.
Oh, I am. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched the videos on different tools and why these tools and this, that, and the third, and
Right.
tree selection. I need an adult in the room though,
Yeah.
because like I can't read wood grain. I really just don't have that. A lot of them talk about like, all right, like this grain's this, and like I understand like the
Right.
components, like all right, the pith of the tree, the heart, and all the little pieces and the general stuff.
Yep.
But there's these layers to this where it's like, oh no, you read a tree like
Yeah.
I would try and read a book.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you would think like on the boats we've built, where on the gunnels, early on, it basically was like, you really want to use hickory here, or I forget if it was hickory or oak. I can't remember now. It's been 17 years since my daughter was a baby, but nonetheless, we were like, they're probably interchangeable. I forget if it was you're supposed to use hickory or you're supposed to use oak, right? And I forget which one. What do they use in bows? Hickory?
It depends. So like my understanding, very novice understanding any of this, is like hickory is a very forgiving wood for a for a person to start with.
Okay, let's pretend that hickory is the wood I was supposed to use for the bow.
Okay.
Or for the gunnel on the.
Okay.
And we actually called the boat kind of design. It's kind of like a recurve. It looks like a recurve bow from the side.
Okay.
The boat does. Anyway, we tried to cheat and use the other ones. We couldn't find it. We bent it, clamped it on, came back the next day, and it had snapped overnight. Right? And then we were like, oh, I guess they were right. Like, you got to use whatever they say you got to use, right? Like,
Yeah.
Because that wood grain piece and some woods are like, you can get it bent to start with, right? And you think, we've accomplished the goal. And then we came out and it was just like, boom, snapped.
But everybody's got different ways to bend. It's
Oh,
just
sure.
crazy. It's pretty, and like your supplier.
Yeah.
Like, so people protect their suppliers in the bow industry that I didn't know about.
Like they won't
Like the
tell
way
you
you-
who
yeah.
their walnut guy is or who their
Yeah.
Osage orange guy is.
Exactly. No kidding. Like, seriously, like they protect
Yeah.
that stuff. It's like, I got a good supplier.
And you'll
they're
go
like,
you'll go trad
yeah.
recurve, not stick bow. Or will you go full?
Like-
are you going to go all the way to full stick bow eventually?
Well, I'd like to, for sure. For sure.
Like full on, like an Osage orange that has you follow the grain and it might have a little curve in it, or
yeah, like a self bow kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'd be really cool. I think that's where, like, I heard it, didn't understand it. Now I'm starting to get it. But there's a certain way that, like, every bow likes to be shot when it comes to the traditional stuff.
right?
And the carbon fiber is pretty consistent, right? So, like, there's a way that it's going to bend very similarly and consistently. Versus I did shoot a couple like wood bows, a long bow, and some stuff like that, and just felt them out. And it's not the same. It's just not.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, like I don't know enough to know enough, but I do know that I understand at least that I would have to learn how that bow likes to be shot. And once you learn how it likes to flex and do its
Right.
thing, that's a whole nother process. But like learning
Now
that,
it's you
I
and
think
it's your
it'd just
bow
be
and
so
it's not.
fun.
Like a compound where Tyrel could pick up mine, assuming the draw length was correct. For the most part, he could shoot it and be on target.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Versus, yeah, exactly.
So, like, but a
Something
carbon fiber recurve or traditional bow,
Yeah.
you could pick it up and kind of feel it out. But if you built your bow and it's wood and it's glued up or whatever it is, or just a stick bow, obviously a stick bow is like, that is yours. That's you and the bow. That's a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else could go figure it out. But time and attention.
Do you feel like you're in that spot? You know how people joke about, like, you know how somebody's doing CrossFit because all they talk about is CrossFit, or you know how, like, your buddy's doing jujitsu because all he talks about is jujitsu.
Yes.
Do you feel like you're that way right now with
Yes.
like, trad bow?
I
You're
am
like,
so annoying,
Like,
dude.
awkwardly don't want to like you. All you want to do is talk about it, but then you know your friends like. Just
Well, I have
don't-
nobody to
don't-
talk about
don't
it
want to
with.
hear it. You're just like, can we please?
Yeah.
Will you please just?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me more about how you're not going to hit an animal this year. Yeah, I get it.
yeah. I've heard
Yeah,
it.
totally get it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so, and yeah, no, and I don't have anybody in, our circle really
No,
that's
nobody's wild enough to shoot that yet.
involved in it.
I've
So it's
always
like,
thought
all right.
Joel would probably switch soon to a traditional bow. I've seen signs of that. You can kind of like see signs of when a guy is like either looking at going, I'm going to take pictures of these animals, or I'm going to just pick up a stick bow or something, because not that it's even gotten, and you haven't like killed tons of animals with your bow.
No.
They're just something I think that guys and gals get to where they go, I just want to do this a little differently. You want to deepen that connection with like that relationship between, them in the woods as a wild animal and you as in the woods as a pseudo wild animal, right?
Something to that effect.
Some version of that.
I don't
There's
really
a really
know.
smart guy out there that would put it really well.
Yeah, there's probably a better way to put it.
Oh yeah, there is.
Other than like
Everything
like,
we say on this podcast, there's a better way of putting it, dude.
but I don't know how to say it either, because it's not like I'm. Yeah, you're right. I'm not a savant with a compound bow. I haven't killed a ton of
Right.
animals, but there's something about it where I just I want to try that out. I want the challenge of it for one, and I want the simplicity of it.
Right.
I think that's where my draw goes, is like the simplicity. It's not as simple as I thought it was, and thank God for Rocky Mountain Specialty Gear. Like that.
We're sponsoring them today. They're for free.
Oh my gosh, Felix down there, all my praise. Thank you. If you ever hear this, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Because I was this close to quitting.
Yeah.
Really, you just couldn't
yeah.
figure it. Like, not you couldn't figure it, but it's like you couldn't get consistent with your shooting.
I could hit stuff, but well, you remember when I first came out here and we were shooting, and then you watched my arrow like hit the target at 40, but it was like doing this corkscrew.
Yeah,
into
with kicking. Yep.
yeah,
It was kicking
so
like crazy.
I couldn't get it to tune. I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't know you needed to tune one of these. I thought it was a stick and a string, and you
You
just
can't.
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Get the spine generally right and let her fly. No, not at all.
Yeah.
And they slowed me down. Best bow shop experience I've ever had.
Yeah.
Hands down. But I was out at Lawn Haggler,
Yep.
and then I don't have enough time for this. Like with all the other
Work
things.
and life and baby and
Yeah.
family
Yeah.
and-
yeah.
yeah.
I was like, I cannot be putting this much time into figuring this out right now. I got too many responsibilities at home and work and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, all right, nope, one more. We'll try one thing. And called them, went down there the next day, sat down, spent time with me, tuned, figured it out. He built all of my arrows out there.
all your Kobe arrows.
All my Kobe's. Yeah. Yeah. So he took all the time to do all that, put everything together for me, set me up. And he's the reason, honestly, why I'm able to go run this year and why I've learned at least like a starting point with all of this. So
What are we hunting with that this year?
elk and deer. And
Prong. You almost said pronghorn.
yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue.
saw it start to come out of his mouth. He's like,
I know. Yeah.
and
I'm thinking, so
An
it depends on
already
me.
super hard animal to get that close to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and Tyrel.
I got super lucky this year
Keep trying.
Yeah.
and picked up a pronghorn tag.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, I didn't think I'd actually have a tag for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got
And
Nebraska too. You drew
That's
a,
the
some
Nebraska
sort of
thing.
lottery thing.
Yeah.
What'd you get? Tell us that.
So,
Are you willing to talk about that?
well, we're here. So
You don't have to. We can just stop
but
right there.
that's the antelope tag. So
Okay, so you mean
I
Nebraska.
put in for the lottery. It's a $10 lottery.
Yeah.
And I drew an antelope tag, a deer tag, and 2 turkey tags, and they're good for 2 years. And I
That is
get my
awesome,
pick of, so I can go out for the archery season, I can go out for the muzzleloader or the rifle season. I can do any of them. I can do them all back to back to back.
Okay, I was gonna say you don't have to like pick your lane and say
No.
I'm an archery guy. You can go like I'll try archery. If I don't get it, then I'm a muzzleloader guy, and then if I don't
Okay.
get that, I'm a.
Yeah,
Or you can just
Yeah.
carry your bow through all those seasons, right? If you want.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So you can
That's
kind of pick and
badass.
choose. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's good for 2 years. And so
That's way cool.
I'm like, oh, well, I can go flirt around a little bit this year.
You can find a place that's cool to like park the camper or the tent with the kid and the wifey, and just go out and like make it a camping trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That's exactly.
Dad's gonna go walk around for the first 2 hours when nobody's awake anyway, and
Well,
You
it's
know.
the wonderful part about pronghorn.
yeah,
It's like, well, and that's kind of the thought, honestly. That's why pronghorn's tip of the tongue, because it's like, well, like we can go up and go do some camping and go hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I go leave for 2 hours,
sit a
It's not
watering
a big
hole
deal.
from 5 a.m. to
You can
7
find
a.m.
yeah.
find a stock somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
Give it an hour or two.
Yeah. I can go get a couple reps in and then
Yep.
we can go back, camp, hang out.
and that's the
So,
cool thing with antelope is like you do get reps. Like you can go like make a stock, blow it, get on the e-bike
Yeah.
like me and Tyrel were doing or whatever
Yeah.
it is, and just zip down a county road or a 2-track or something, and come over ridge, see another one, go okay, let's try and put a stock on that one. And
Yep.
they're so much fun in that way. It's hard, but yeah.
They test your patience in a totally different way, but you get to like find flaws in your own stuff. And that's fun. And I don't have a pile of pronghorn under my belt either. I've
Yep.
won with a bow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
But a lot of stocks, right? A lot of chances, a lot of opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
And you sealed that deal.
A lot of failure.
Yeah.
A lot of failure. But, and it's, one pronghorn. And not my favorite story to tell. But
Yeah.
yeah,
How long
was a
were
mis-
you
yeah,
shooting
I'll
the
go into
trad
that.
bow before finding the shop? For finding your people?
3 or 4 months.
Okay.
Um,
So you put some time in.
yeah,
You were-
yeah. I mean, and I was trying to be consistent. I was touching it every day.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, it was frustrating though. Like I just couldn't get it. So about 3-4 months, and then working on technique, and then trying to figure out some different pieces, but I just didn't
Just couldn't click on
understand
your
that.
own,
Like,
yeah.
I needed a longer arrow. I was running a similar arrow length to my compound, and I was like, well, this is my draw length, and I
Yeah,
want this witness mark and this touch
Yeah.
point, and want the broadhead to come back and just gently touch the tip of my knuckle, and that's my release. And I had a whole different game plan rather than paying attention to what actually needed to happen.
Okay.
And he lengthened the arrow and softened the spine and put a whole lot more weight on it than I was comfortable with, because that thing's like 560, 562.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You do a lot of that, Colin. I think that, watching you, like, whether it's archery or in the weight room, or you kind of mess with boxing, or you're, then you get really into like a mobility type workout.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's uncommon to do what you're doing, but like, where do you think that stems from? What do you think that is for you as you're kind of constantly exploring and kind of changing and tinkering and in a positive way? Cause it's all continued growth for you. You're not like quitting a thing and trying a new thing, but within the things that you're doing, you're kind of always playing with it a little bit. You're like, I'm going to try, like I said, in the weight room, like you brought in the punching bag and then you're going to do that for a while. And then, and you've changed your, different workouts here and there. What do you think that is for you? How does that help you positively? Right. Cause I think from the outside looking in, it looks like positive movement. Like you're keeping yourself interested.
Yep.
You find yourself maybe a little disinterested at a point. Like, how do you recognize that, say, disinterested moment and then go, well, what am I going to do that's going to be fun, that'll keep me on the path, right, to what I'm trying to get done?
Curiosity. It's just fun. It's fun to be curious. And that's probably honestly the most accurate way to describe like the Tradbo stuff right now.
Right.
I love curious pursuits. Right. And I get so uncomfortable when I'm comfortable. It makes me fearful, and I'm not a good person. Like I'm not. I'll slip into bad ways. Right. I'll start drinking too much or stupid stuff like that. Not that I like go full blown alcoholic with anything, but when I'm sitting there and I've had beers with people, night 1, night 2, night 3, night 4, and it's been like a habitual thing and it's 2-3 drinks a night. And then I slowly start to realize like, oh dude, like you're not awake.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I get really frustrated with myself, and I'm not in a good place. And so the boxing stuff, I liked to box at one point, but I don't want to go to a gym and get hit in the head. Like,
sure.
I'm hanging on to what I got left, and I don't need to be doing more of that. And so that bag was just hand-eye coordination work, and that was the focus there.
Yeah,
that bag swings back a little bit,
right.
And so that it was hand-eye coordination work. And it was like, all right, like I want my brain to be awake here, and I want to pay attention, and I want to work on some things that require coordination, and tie into something that's forces my whole body to pay attention. Footwork, everything.
Yeah.
Right? So that was a lot of like, all right, coordination and then dynamic work. And that was the curiosity behind it.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, what can I do to mix some coordination into dynamic stuff that I can do without, and the gym gets tiresome sometimes.
Yeah.
And so that's why I do a lot of weird kettlebell stuff. And all people will come up and ask me like, dude, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm like,
this is weird. I've watched you. Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah.
Like, why are you swinging a kettlebell all the way around your body and doing a weird pistol squat on a Bosu ball or something? It's like, well, because it's hard and it's weird.
Yeah, and it is hard, and it's and there's guys. I think it's interesting because I think it's really important as a human trying to maybe keep yourself on a path like we're trying to do, to recognize when you yourself maybe you see somebody that has like that ability to grind and be consistent and do the same workout every day. And it's like, my Mondays have been this for 10 years and my Tuesdays have been this. And you see the results, like they look fantastic, or they're very strong, or they're very, fit or proficient in what they do. And then it's hard when a guy like me, I get very ADD and I get very like, like rebellious against my workouts, even if I ride them myself, and I've talked about that on the podcast, but like, learning yourself and learning like, hey, yes, this is just what you got to work with. You're a little bit of an idiot sometimes. And so being who you are, have tools in place to make sure you continue to accomplish like the same thing. Like, so in the weight room, if I find myself going, I just don't want to do that written, 47 different, movement kind of workout today. Like, well, then what are you going to do? You know what I mean? What's fun for you? What would be a good time? Is it, I've said it before, but like a sled drag. Just do a bunch of sled drags then. Put on your favorite songs and listen to an album and go, you're going to sled drag for this whole album or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so put on, your favorite Turnpike Troubadours album and say, start dragging and rest when you got to rest. You're done when the album's over, right? So I'll do stuff like that for myself because I know what I'm trying to get out of myself long term, but in the short term, I'm dealing with a little bit of a dumbass here.
Well, there's times when you got to go touch the bar too when it's just uncomfortable, and that's healthy too. And so it's not like you can always be curious about everything you're doing, I don't think.
Yes.
There's times where you just got to grind through it. And that's also part of the fun
gotta
on the
kick your own ass.
backside. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've had this conversation with my wife a few times because like people will, and it's the same for you, I'm sure, and it's the same, you know, perception that Tyrel gets when it comes to running. You know, it's like, all right, like, hey, it's so easy for you. You just get up and you go and you just do it. And, you know, I can't get to the gym or whatever the conversation is in between, or
I will fight somebody.
I can't
like
find
that one when people say I can't find the time or I don't have the time or I can't get to like,
Yeah.
like I will get like, now I'm all fired. I'm like leaning on the table. I'm like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, let's have a conversation now. 'Cause,
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's keep going.
uncomfortable.
Keep
It
going.
sucks. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. It is a grind. It's not something that you're like, oh
So
yeah.
why do it
woke
though? It's
up.
not enjoyable.
Because the reward is worth it. Like, not that you're going to maybe get, everybody's like, oh, well, you're 1% better today. No, I'd be pretty great if I was 1%
If I was
better
1%
every day I went to the
hell
gym.
shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, your point. It's like stacking pennies trying to get to $1 million. It so is.
Yeah,
you know
actually,
what I mean.
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just like every day you like
It's an endless pursuit.
one damn penny at a time.
Yeah.
And I dare you to like not do it for 2 days because then those pennies go away. You're back to zero again. Especially with the physical side of the body or shooting like a traditional bow. Like I
Yeah.
said, the compound's a little bit of a cheat. It's still I'll come out when I first start. This is one of the first years ever where I haven't shot a lot in the off season where I'm having to kind of come back into it, and it picks up quick, but still nonetheless, my first 2 weeks I'm shooting pretty good because like the bad habits die off.
Right.
And you just, mechanically, like you've run through it in your head enough times where you're like, mechanically how it's supposed to feel and look. But then like it's weird. Somehow like your body picks up all its old bad habits that you left like 9 months ago. Right. And it goes, we're going to start doing that bullshit again.
Yep.
Right. And so
That's the cost of not being constant.
Right.
And that's
Right.
with working out. That's with the bow. That's with any of that. That's
Yeah.
the cost.
Right.
And it's not worth it. Like that cost isn't worth it to me.
Yeah.
So it's better for me to just, when I don't want to do something, and it, like this morning, day's got a lot going on. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. Like, wonderful. But
I'm good.
And also,
My evil
like,
body woke me up at 4 this morning again. My garage is super clean though.
well, you
My garage
texted
is
me. I was
clean.
up too. I was like,
yeah,
hey,
you
here we
were
go.
up. I got
Yeah.
a text back from you, and
Yep.
and it's always nice when you're up that early. Like there's a couple, if there's like whatever in your life that you got somebody that needs to get their shit done.
Yeah.
I like to send them a text. You know what I mean? Like 4:15. Like that way when they wake up, it's like, oh yeah, I better better
time.
get on top of that. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's just the body woke me up early. I hate when I set my alarm. I call it like my goal. It's really not like when I have to wake up. It's like I'll set an alarm for 6, like, and I'm like, I go to bed like, please God, let me sleep till 6. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you. Almost every day, my phone will be in my pocket already. I'm doing something. It'll like my wake up alarm goes off, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll make it there tomorrow.
But you turn that time into productive time.
Yeah.
And that's good too.
Yep.
Like it's, I don't know. I just think there's something to be said about staying in motion. And that's with all things. I'm just a better person
Yeah.
when I'm in motion. And it's the same thing with getting up, starting the day. For me,
Right.
it is a like forced wake up.
Yeah.
There are definitely days now that I've got a little one where I'm like up at 3:30.
though, dude. Like it's easy for me to say when like I don't have to do anything now. I got a 14 and 17-year-old, right? I go to bed before them every night, and I'm like, don't stay up too late. And if you leave shit out on the counter, I am gonna wake you up at 5 a.m. You know what I mean? And I'll do that to my son. Like he'll come and lift after I'm in bed.
Yeah.
And I'll come in the weight room's filthy, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And I'll go down down his house, his little bedroom at like 5 a.m. I'm like, hey, go clean the weight room. Do it again tomorrow, and you're mopping tomorrow. And it's just like, yeah.
I grew up that way too, like with a little bit different, but early morning, wake up, and it was really revolved around like discipline and consistency. And I'm really thankful I did.
Okay, good. Whew. He had me in suspense there. Colin's looking at me like, you just
I don't know how to say
you're
it,
fucking
'cause
your
it's
son
different,
up, dude.
but-
And I'm like, God dang it, I knew I was. You
No,
know what
like,
I
I'm
mean?
really
Like-
glad I did.
Like as a parent, you don't know, dude. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like making a cake with a recipe you don't really understand, and then you throw the cake in the oven, and it's got like a 10-year cook cycle. And you're like, please, Jesus, you know what I mean? Let it not burn, let it rise, let it be tasty. You don't know. You know what I mean? Like you have more control than that, but it feels like that, right? It feels like you're like throw it in the oven. You're like, I don't know what kind of shit's gonna come out the other side of this thing. You know?
It worked well for me, and like that was kind of
you're not all that much of an asshole.
I'm a little dumb.
Well, you can't fix stupid. You know what I mean? That was my college professor. My college, Steve Jowen, had a sign. He was my what do you call it? Where they I'm so dumb. I can't remember what. They tell you how many credits you got and how many you need and all that other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Your advisor. Thank you for the guy that went to college for 3 months. God dang it. Well, now you're a 4.0 straight A student right now.
Yep.
Oh,
Are you going to be a doctor?
I don't know.
Put it out there for the whole world. You will see.
We'll see.
Fucking.
I have a lot of years ahead of me.
Please,
Dr. T.
Jesus, please, Jesus, do it. And if you do, I'm going to put a float in the parade in Lahana, and it's just going to say, Dr. Tyrel trainer. It's not going to say trainer because they need to know it's you. You know what I mean?
just one big captain's chair on a
Go for
40-foot
sure,
trailer.
dude. And the jaws will drop. The jaws will drop. You got to do it just for it. You know what I mean?
We just got to keep grinding it. But
Yeah, that
I
would be
don't know.
sick. Can I borrow some money when you do get all rich?
my past is catching up to me, though. I got to figure that out.
What do you mean your past is catching up to you?
my previous 3 months is catching up.
They're like, you're doing good, except for what happened back here.
Yeah. They got
What
thrown on my
was
GPA.
this?
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, you're like, what? Those delete those.
Yeah, why are they still here? I don't know.
What was your GPA in your first round of school?
Not good.
Like a 1 and a 1, 2,
No,
1, 5.
there was nothing. There was a 0 today.
It is hard to recover from some zeros, dude.
It's very hard.
Oh, those will pull you down.
0 to
forever.
4 is a 2, though. All right. That's not
Yeah, it
bad.
is a.
Is it just a 2? Like, so you had a 2.0 GPA?
Yeah, so the first semester I didn't show. And then
So you had a
this
4.0
one,
your first
my
semester.
grades just got posted, so I checked.
and then
like a
some
night or two
asshole
ago.
like went and scraped your history.
Yeah, I mean it was on there, but they weren't combined in the two.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about this. I never talked to my advisor. I don't want to talk to them.
Yeah. Well, that was
Doing this
okay.
on
Yeah.
my
So
own.
Steve Jowen had a sign in his office that said, "You can't fix stupid," And I'm like, this is my kind of guy, I loved him. Man, I got like 9 credits in college for just building stuff out of wood. I built a bookshelf, a butcher block. We still have that stuff all sitting around different places.
It's wonderful.
It was great being like in the dumbass like wood shop and like, getting credit for. I taught wood shop in college. And I was supposed to be in the metals and woods class. And one of the professors, Adam and I were in the class together. And one of the professors had triplets that year, I think. And they were like, we were in there just ripping around because we'd grown up in a shop. And they're like, you're pretty good at this. Like, yeah, we're fine. Like, do you guys want to teach it? And we're like, hell yeah, we want to teach it. And so instead of taking woods and metals, we ended up just teaching.
That's phenomenal.
Like our peers. Like it was like day 3, all of a sudden, like we have coffee cups in our hand. You know what I mean? And I'm like up front, I'm like, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a bandsaw.
Could be better.
We're going to spend the next 7 days learning how to tune a bandsaw. You know what I mean? Because that's what you do when you're in college, right? It's bullshit. And you're like, and then you cut a piece of plywood at the end as your final is like cut a square 2 foot by 2 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And don't kill yourself, right?
God, your professor worked you over though. He got
he
paid
was-
by you.
Oh, dude.
While you paid to be there.
That's the university setting, right?
That
Like
guy's
that's how that
brilliant.
works.
That guy should have
But
been a
we
doctor.
had keys to the shop, and me and Adam lived in there at night. We were in there just hammering out knives and making whatever we wanted. It was, I mean, you don't give 2 guys like us keys to the castle, so to speak. You know what I mean?
No.
It was a blast. We were always in there.
$1
just-
million+ worth of equipment.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
It was so cool. It was so much fun. But yeah, we were in there all the time. But yeah, you can't fix stupid. It was really funny. We're both done. He's retired. I can say all this. But we got to like my senior year. I'm an athlete, right? So I'm like, not exactly paying attention to my schooling. And he's like, do you have enough like credits to graduate? And I'm sitting in the chair in his office. I'm like, I don't know, man. I was like, that's your job. I was like, that's your job, not mine. I just do what you tell me to do, right? He's like, if you don't, we'll make something up. And I was like, yes, this is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah, let me out of there.
My guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're like, you've been here 5 years. That's plenty for us, plenty for you. Just move on. Go do something else now, So,
Yeah. That makes sense though.
yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me?
No. For
college?
for college.
Yeah.
System.
That's how it
yeah.
should be.
Did
Yeah.
you go? Okay, so you left there 5 years of school.
Yeah. Oh, 98
graduate
to 03. Yeah.
springtime or whenever.
Hells yeah.
And then did you start teaching that immediate fall?
Yep.
Went right
I
into a
taught.
classroom?
Yep. I went straight
Longmont?
to teaching in Longmont. Yeah. And they had just
What was
bought.
that like? Were you ready for that?
Have you ever seen
your character
what's that
is good
movie
for that.
with Arnold where he's kindergarten cop?
Yeah.
Oh, phenomenal.
It was exactly like that. It was exactly like that, dude. It was what was a trip is like they had just gotten this new, it was called Paxton Patterson, which was like in the education world at the time. It was this brand new, I went to school for, I was going to be a shop teacher, right? And I got a job at the junior high level, which was like a miniature version of a shop. But then, so I got this classroom. It was like technologically ahead of everything else, you know. I had like a little baby greenhouse. I had this turtle, you know, and where you would study. You remember the turtle, Spike?
No, I do not.
I have a story there. But I had a turtle. I had like this little rocket cannon. You could make rockets with an air compressor. We made like CO2 cars in this little wood shop I set up. I mean, it was freaking cool. Like, in all honesty, like if you weren't poor when you were we didn't have any money, so I had to quit. If I didn't, I had the coolest job in the world. I taught rock climbing. You know what I mean? I had an adventure class. And I taught it's the easiest job in the world, except for you're not ready for it when you come out of college and you have sixth graders, you know? And I remember this poor little girl, Julie Knaus. Well, she's probably an adult with children at this point, because I was only at the time, 23, 24, right? You're just a kid. And shit is going off in my room. Like, kids are all over, like they're throwing stuff, and it's like, and poor little Julie Knaus, I think that's her name. And I'm like, I have my back to my windows in my classroom, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like yelling at him. I'm like, get in the seats. And you know what I mean? Just like no control whatsoever. And Julie comes up and she goes, Mr. Twaino. And she's like, the principal's looking in the window. And I didn't even turn around. I just like staring forward like, oh, she's seeing this, you know? Oh, I was a shit show that year, man. I was a shit show. So we had a turtle named Spike. Which was not an original name, because we had a dog named Spike, and I'm like, the only other pet I've ever really had was named Spike, and I'm just going to name this turtle the same thing. But he was like a red
So you
racer.
got to name him?
Yeah, I got to name him because I bought the turtle lure.
Okay.
Yeah, we had like a biology or whatever, you know, circuit in the classroom. So I was like, we'll get a turtle. And dude, sorry. It was Christmas break, and I had to take the turtle home because I couldn't find anybody to watch the turtles. So I had this turtle in Tupperware with me, like for the whole Christmas break. We're going down to see the family back home and all that. And I was with Andrea. We were engaged at the time, so we got married at the end of that year. But so Andrea and I have, in her Chevy Caprice, we have a Tupperware with a turtle in the back seat. Long story long here. We're in Ordway somewhere visiting family, and I get back in the car and I can't find Spike. I cannot find this turtle anywhere. I don't know if he was under a seat, and I never smelled him. And in my mind, I'm like, this turtle would have had to like crawl out of the box and then somehow magically, while the door's open, like time it to where he just like flopped out, and the turtle disappeared, dude. I don't know where this turtle went. So I was at PetSmart at the end of that Christmas break trying to buy a turtle that looked like Spike. And I'm like, no, I need one a little bit bigger. And I'm like kind of, you know, sorting through the turtles, you know what I mean, to try and find one that's the same. And I'm like, maybe the kids won't notice that it's a different turtle, but it's the same turtle, you know what I mean? And
Bring back a snapping turtle. And,
I know, dude. No, they never noticed. But, dude, I was bad. I remember one time, like, this kid was acting up, and I had, like, this wood shop was this, like, tiny room. It was, like, the size of the podcast studio here. Just with, like, a bandsaw and a drill press, a couple of little things, and a little vacuum system. But it was attached to my classroom, and it had no window on the door or anything. And he was being such a dick. And I was like, go in the wood shop and you stay till the bell rings, and then, you know, blah, blah, blah. I put him in there. Bell rings. I forgot I put him in there. Completely. And so I'm just like grading papers on my computer. Like 10 minutes goes by, and all of a sudden he like kind of cracks the door a little bit, and he's like, hey, Mr. Trainer, my mom's going to be kind of pissed if I don't show up at the pickup line. And I'm like, oh God. You know what I mean? I completely forgot this kid. I'm like, get your ass out of here, you know? And I'm like, oh, I'm in so much trouble. I got called in the principal's office like 4 or 5 times that year.
As a teacher.
As a teacher. Oh yeah. I got called in because, dude, there was an art teacher that she was the worst, and she, like, kids would be a minute late and she'd make them sit outside for 10 minutes. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. We had like what was like CSAPs, and we're like, you did, you know, all your testing. And And you would, you know, as the specials teacher, which we weren't important to their education, it was just fun stuff. We got really shrunk down. We'd have like a 15-minute block with the kids. She sends us the email like, you know, that we are not prioritizing, you know, art and the specials and music and all this other stuff and whatever. And I don't know why I just sent an email back, something like she was a pain in the ass. And I was just like, it doesn't really matter to me. All the other specials teachers had weighed in. Like, it doesn't really matter to me, but it's just nice to have something to bitch about, I guess. You know what I mean? And she took that as me calling her a bitch. Well, to the whole school. I got called in the principal's office. And I had whiskeys with the principals, at, you know, after hours. I knew him really well at this point. And Mike, the principal, was like, came to my office, he's like, you got to come into my office. I need you to be on your best behavior. You know what I mean? Do not pull any shit. Because this lady she's just a pain in the ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we go in the principal's office and they sit me down like a kid, and the vice principal and the principal and me, and I forget the lady's name that was the art teacher. Anyway, and I don't know what I was saying, but I made Mike laugh like twice. And he's like, God damn it. You know what I mean? I told you.
This isn't the time
I told you this is not the time to do this. Like, you're in trouble here, you know?
Was teaching the fly fishing era? Is that when you got into fly fishing?
No, not then. I didn't have enough money to. Well,
okay.
Not in that year. It would have been the year after that, I guess. Yeah, 04,
okay.
05.
Okay.
Yeah, so that year I was training for the 04 Olympics. And so, you know, that was like teach lunch hour. I would train the whole lunch hour. You know what I mean? Eat during the classroom, shower at the school, that whole thing. And then that was 04, 05. I started really kind of like actually picking up fly fishing. Okay. You know, and I only really know that because I know like the house I was living in when I within my neighborhood, I found a guy on Craigslist that had a fly rod. You know, so I remember driving over and picking up the fly rod and all that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's just something about teachers and fly fishing.
Yeah, because your dad, your pops was that way.
Yeah, but I know so many teachers too. Yeah, my dad for sure.
Well, they've got their summers.
Yeah.
You know, and you've got these nice big breaks. You have no money. So your dad probably tied flies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you have to.
He used to tie them for like the shops in Estes and sell them and, you know, up and down the canyon and do a lot of that.
Yep.
Do like the salmon flies in the glass and things like that and kind of make some extra scratch. And,
I like it.
Yeah. That was like a
Do you
side
still have
hustle.
any of his flies? You do. I think we've talked about this. Yeah.
There's a few that sit in the box that I don't throw.
I was going to say, are you going to fish them?
There's two that I don't throw, and that's because they have been thrown and they've caught fish. But there's two that sit in there, and honestly, the hook will snap. Like they're old.
sure.
They're busted. They're old.
Yeah.
There's a beetle in there. It's got 2 legs left on it. It's caught a lot of fish that he tied. Yeah. And that thing sits in there.
And now you have
I don't throw that anymore.
Right? And you almost like don't fish any of those flies because you want your son to be like, how cool would it be for your son to go, I caught a fly that my grandfather, I caught a fish on the fly my grandfather tied.
Well, I mean, like of all of my boxes, his flies make up like 60% of my flies.
Really?
Yeah.
Still to this day.
Yes. Yeah. So he'll be fishing them for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And he'll be fishing on the rod that he built me.
Yeah.
So that fingerprint will be there.
That's
for sure.
Really cool.
Yeah. But that was definitely his thing. And then like all of his buddies too, and all the teaching staff, like that was one of their big trips per year was a bunch of the teachers. You know, they run up and
where would they go? Do you know?
I do.
I love this. Yeah. I love not telling. I was talking to a friend last night about our buddy Tony, and I had seen a post of somebody on a river, and I was like, I've never even heard of this river up in Wyoming. Well, I won't say the name. And I text Tony, hey man, what do you know about the blank river? And he goes, oh yeah. And he starts dumping information. I'm like, okay, me and you have been really good buddies for a long time. You've never told me about this river. And it's like, dude, that runs deep. You know what I mean? That don't tell even one of your best buddies, those spaces are sacred.
They are. We talked about this too, though, and I've got a new rule in that I'm working on.
Actually, we didn't talk about how you came about this rule, and I want to know.
Yeah.
So you have to know.
Okay. So the rule is if I give a spot up to a friend, right?
Use me as an example. So you gave it to Brian.
I gave it to Brian, right? Now to that spot, Tyrel has access. Adam has access. Your kids have access. It is for all of you guys.
Siblings?
Yes.
My immediate family.
It's your family. Like your whole family gets access if I give that spot up. And
does it make you less likely to give up spots then?
Well, maybe to some degree, but not necessarily. One What it is I hold a lot of people's spots,
Yeah.
and they are like, we've talked about this before, but there's a reason why I don't ask you. I don't want to know exactly where you go elk hunting, and I don't for some of your stuff that you guys do with Jay. I don't want to know. There's a reason why I don't ask Jay some of his spots that are out of state and other places. I don't want him to tell me. I don't want to hold those secrets, and because I do hold a lot of different secrets, and I'll be talking with my brothers, talking about this cool thing, and they're like, "Oh, well, where are you at?" And it's like, not. I'm explicitly been told that I cannot say.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put somebody else in the position that I've gotten stuck in with some of that crap. And I hate it.
Right.
Because like the people that I want to, blood's thick, you know?
Yeah,
And I
that's
don't want to be in that place. So
Yeah.
if I give it up, I give it up wholeheartedly, and it's for your family, it's for your kids, it's for everybody. So if that spot goes over, and yes, it does force me to steward some pieces for sure.
Right.
But also, I think that makes the most sense to me.
Well, it's good.
yeah,
I think
I don't want you to ever hold a secret from your family. Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
Yeah.
And so otherwise, you go, okay, I'm going to tell this guy, and 12 people are going to know.
Yeah.
Do I want to tell this person or not?
Yeah.
You know, our dad used to say, like, the best thing you could do for a friend is not tell them a secret.
That's
right.
That's really honest.
Right. And just go, like, don't put them in a position where they have to keep a secret.
Yes.
Right. Just don't do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
And I hate feeling like you can't say something to somebody, like that kind of stuff in general. So I'll hold those pieces, and I hold them tight. I've been trusted with a lot of people's little dirty nuggets.
Yeah, dude. For sure. Right?
I don't want to put somebody else in that place. So like if I give a spot up, it's like, hey, like take your family.
Right.
I want you to.
Yeah.
I actually want you to take your family.
Yeah.
I threw Nick my favorite drainage to go watch bears. I've never killed a bear, but
you've been there?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know it. Mm-hmm. Yep. You know it.
Yep.
That's my favorite drainage. And like
It was
said,
productive. We saw a bear.
oh yeah, you will see a bear.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been up there and seen bears more often than I have not in that one spot.
Right.
And the wind's like perfect. I've spent a lot of time screwing it up, being in the wrong spot, and then getting to the right spot where the wind swirls just right and seems to stay out of the bottom of it. And like, I don't know what it is about that spot, but finally I found a spot where the wind just doesn't get sucked down in there. And if you have a rifle, you'll have an at-bat. I've always just seen little 4-footers, and I don't want Heath to make fun of me. So
he will
make fun of me,
yeah.
even though
Although
he has done it.
He shot the smallest bear of anybody that I know.
Yeah.
On accident. It was charging him, I think, to some extent, right? He thought it was a bigger bear.
He saw a big bear go around a corner.
And then a little bear comes out from
little bear right up next to him.
and he shot it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Pop shot it.
Real bad timing for that little bear.
Really
like,
bad
the
timing.
worst.
Yes. Yeah. He was really excited about the big bear. Yeah. And I'm sure it looked tremendous. At
bears
10X
look big.
in a scope.
Bears look big, and then there's that whole ground shrinkage thing that happens with bears in a bad way.
Yeah.
You throw them over your shoulder and walk out with it, and you're like, I'm ashamed of myself. Yeah.
Never taken one, so I don't know enough.
Yeah.
But even watching the ones that I've been watching, I'm like, no, you're under.
Right.
You're under for sure. But yeah, I'm excited for him. And that's like, all right, cool. So him and his brothers and his kids and everything like that. It's like, hey, no, yes.
Yeah.
Because he'd asked me to, and it kind of went back and forth. And I was like, this is where it really like stemmed from, was talking to Mick. But yeah, it's like, hey, well, can I bring my brother? It's like,
right. Yeah, you can. It's hard. You don't have to go
focus.
solo.
I don't know
into
what
this.
to say. Yeah,
Right.
actually, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All your brothers.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. It's a wonderful spot.
I had a funny conversation with a guy last week that he's scouting an area we've hunted a ton, where we go all the time. And it was interesting because like he's seeing some animals and he's working his way toward naturally where we've gone a bunch. And it was really hard because he's like, what do you think? Where should I be? And he's good in the back country. He can cover a ton of ground. He's definitely okay to get back where we go normally. And if he did, whatever, that's fine. But it was really hard not to be like, dude, just keep walking. And I wanted to be like, just a little more north and you're going to be right in them. But you can't say that, because it's like our spot. But it was an interesting spot to be in because it's like the guy is earning it. He's doing the work.
Right.
Like he's right on the edge of being, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Where he needs to be, but had to hold back. But okay, so I have a question. I had an accidental conversation with a buddy he was driving yesterday to go fishing. Has a good job, makes real good money, and then he has like a secondary job on top of that, right?
Okay.
That he can make even more money, right? And he's like, man, he's like, I should be going doing this stuff. I can make X, Y, and Z dollars, but I'm going fishing instead. I just don't feel like it. And he's like, I don't know if I'm burnt out or what's wrong with me. And we kind of got in this conversation about how I said, hey, you make enough money now to kind of meet your needs plus some.
Right.
And anything beyond that, you could take it, sure, but you don't really need it. And you instead would like to go fishing. And it led us to this conversation of, so here's my question, right? Is there's for me especially, I told him, I said, man, if somebody said I couldn't hunt or fish for the next 10 years, but we're going to give you $1 million a year to not hunt or fish for the next 10 years. So you get, at the back end of that, you get $10 million, right? And I was like, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't take the 10 million.
Let me reread what I sent you this morning.
And so we worked it up. He goes, okay, well, would you how much, for me, and I'm 46, so that puts me at 56. Okay, he kind of did. He said, okay, for the next 14 years, $1 billion, right? You're a billionaire in 14 years from now, but you don't get to hunt, fish, do any of the things you love doing outside. And I was like, I would not do it. I wouldn't take the $1 billion.
No, because it's not worth the price. Like,
yeah, you sent me something from old Roosevelt.
Yeah. So I've been on a TR kick.
Have you watched this little docuseries yet?
I did. They didn't cover the things that I was excited about.
Yeah. I mean, they talked a lot about his politics and his ins and outs of presidency. And
Yeah. But I'm more interested in the guy that wrote, his books on being in the wilderness. Because I don't think there's anybody that, like, going through and listening to how he wrote stuff, he wasn't an eloquent writer. He's a rugged writer.
Yeah.
And when he tells that story, it's got, very much like beginning, middle, end, beginning, middle, end, beginning, middle, end.
He gets right to the point.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But the guy read gobs of books. They were like, they said he's reading like a book a day almost when he was a president.
It doesn't surprise me.
And so
that's why he didn't want to waste anybody's time.
Yeah. He knew how to write, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't. He was intentional about. But you sent me were you reading a book of his this morning?
Because this is what summarizes it up for me. It's why, like, you can't pay for that.
Yes.
You can't buy time. Like,
No.
and money, I don't know. I'm not, In hunting, the finding and killing of game is, after all, but a part of the whole. The free, self-reliant, adventurous life, with its rugged and stalwart democracy, the wild surroundings, the grand beauty of the scenery, the chance to study the ways and habits of the woodland creatures. All of these unite to give us the career of the wilderness hunter its particular charm. The chase is among the best of all national pastimes. It cultivates that vigorous manliness for the lack of which, in a nation, as in an individual, the possession of no other qualities can possibly atone. You can't buy that. You can't pay for that experience. You can't put enough money at the back end of that says, I'm going to make it another 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So fuck the money.
That's where I was at. Tyrel?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I have a little bit of a different outlook than you two as far as the outdoors go.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Take
yeah, I mean,
away. take running away.
But my whole life right now is like, I don't really care about the money. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm changed. I don't know. I'm too young to figure. I don't know. And I don't have enough money either to quite.
Yeah, you start thinking about your kids
either,
and go
but
like, okay, the kids. But
what is
but
the
nonetheless,
return
right?
on investment in life, right?
Right.
What's my time? And
Right. Well, I think for me, I'm just feeling like, okay, if you take me to 60, how many 60-year-olds do you see in the high country, like really getting it? There's very few. It's mostly a young man's game, right? Maybe it's because we're dumb. Maybe those 60-year-olds have figured out you don't have to hike back that far to go find an elk. They're right here. They've figured it out. They've done the homework. But nonetheless, I think it was a great it was just a great thought to think about, like, you know, at what point are you, because that you can boil it back to your whole life, right? And you can say
100%.
how much of my life am I willing to trade for how many dollars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And how many experiences, and how, you know, when's enough? Because there is definitely a moment where you like, it's easy to say that when you've got the fridge full, you know what I mean? It's a different conversation when the fridge is empty. Right. And I've been in both places. Right. And I've been to where I've worked, you know, essentially 365 days straight and no time for the hobbies and all the fun stuff. And now I'm at a place where I'm able to go do more little mini things, little 2 or 3 day things. But nonetheless, like it's a great thought, because I think it's important to keep it in front of your mind going, what am I trading? You know, my time is so limited. I don't get any of it back. You can't buy more time. You just cannot. Nope. Well, to a point, right?
You can't. And that's my point with it. Like I'm not living high on the hog. You know, and I've done that previously in other portions of my life. I mean, like, you know what a private makes in the Army, you know, and I was previously married at that time. We had a place off post and we were living on one salary.
Yeah. Right.
Like I didn't have any money.
Right.
And
none. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's what you're willing to trade to, you know, spend time together at that chapter. I wouldn't take it back for more money.
Yeah.
And that's like at least this chapter where I'm in right now. It's like, well, like, yeah, I could work more and I could do these things, but what is enough?
Yeah.
Well, what's enough is there. It's been provided. It's going to be okay.
Right.
Does that mean we're going to go out and buy a bunch of crazy shit or take a bunch of vacations or do all this? No.
Yeah.
But we're going to keep camping.
Right.
We can afford to camp.
Yep.
So we're going to keep doing that. And that time, especially like this summer, like, okay, like who in the hell takes, you know, a couple weeks off in the middle of summer to go road tripping with their family?
Yeah.
And just say,
Everybody should.
Well,
everybody should.
I won't take back this summer. This is the most adventure I've had with my family. I mean, especially as like the little one, and we're taking him out camping and we're doing all this stuff.
Right.
And he ain't gonna remember a damn thing. He don't know what
But you have
Yellowstone or
those
the
pictures,
Tetons or all
And
these
he'll be
things
that
are.
kid that
but-
has those pictures of like dad. You know, you see those guys that have like that. It's like all the old clothing, which we think is new clothing right now, and he's gonna look back. Look at that old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dad's old flannel or whatever it is that. Yeah.
Whatever dirtbag
It's
garb
not
I
for
was
him. Right.
in. Yeah.
It's
not.
you
Yeah.
and her, what you're building
Yes.
around him, right? He won't remember it, but this is as huge as it gets for moving forward. The three of you. And then there might be more, right? But
Yeah.
the three of you for now.
Yeah.
And like I sent you a thing this morning, Tyrel, I think on Instagram. And it was this dude running, and you know, every once in a while you come across something really good on Instagram, and he was talking about his 2-year-old daughter. Every time she sees somebody running, she goes, "Oh, look, they're running a marathon." Right? And he said she just thinks everybody that's running is running a marathon because he's run so many marathons. And she just thinks when you run, you're running a marathon, and that's just what people do. And he talked about how it's already cooked into her that she thinks running a marathon is a very normal thing.
Yeah.
So she's going to grow up just like Tyrell's kids are going to grow up thinking it's pretty normal to run 100 miles, right? Or it's pretty normal to go run 24 hours straight. And there's like this family culture piece that Tyrell has put into his kids that just goes, this is normal. It's normal to cover many, many, many miles on foot, right? And just what you've put into them now, that's just such a positive piece of their life. So even though Ollie's, do you call him Ollie or Oliver?
Call him Ollie,
Okay,
Oliver.
good. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Ollie doesn't
figuring it
out.
remember
Little O,
it,
yeah.
but I think there's like this like epigenetic level that like he's starting to go like, everybody camps. You know what I mean? Spending time in the woods, getting your hands dirty, sitting around a fire.
Yeah.
Like that is just, it becomes part of his genetic makeup, you know, as he does it more. And it's like, what a gift, right? Rather than going, here's an iPad, watch Blue's Clues or whatever the hell kids watch these days. That also becomes part of his, you know?
Right.
And so it's like, for me, I hope, like I see that with my son, like his expectation of what strength is in the weight room or what even the weight room means. It's not just a thing that you do once in a while. It's a hobby. He sees it as like, there's always been a weight room in our home. You know what I mean? Everywhere we go, he made fun and we got to Disneyland, like in 2020, where we get to Disney World and we're staying at a hotel and he like walks out and he like acts like he's being like a tough muscle guy. And he's like, hey, I'm Brian. Where's the weight room? You know what I mean? And he's making fun of me. But now he's doing that, right? We'll get to a hotel and be like, I need to go see what the weight room looks like here, you know? And so what he used to think of was, you know, my dad's being a dork now has become part of his, you know,
his routine, his life.
We all have a different version of what that's going to look like for our kids. But yeah, it's just what that expectation, when they see a kid running, they go, yeah, that's normal. It is not abnormal to run 60 miles at a time, right? And your kids, like, have they already talked about wanting to do it? Like, has Avery been like, I'm going to run?
No, not really. I mean, she's done a couple races now and stuff.
But she expects to go really far, right? She's not like, I'm going to go do a couple laps. And
no, I don't think they understand that conceptually yet.
Right.
Yeah, but I agree. And I think that will be there, right? And I think, you know, Joe's girls are a little bit more of that, right? As Kate started to do like cross country and stuff, right? As she was in middle school and these things. And
yes. How cool is it on Joe's last race? How many miles did Kate run with him at the end?
Do like 10 or 11, I think. Yeah.
That is so cool.
So cool. They
like, so she ran the last 11 miles with him. Yeah. And was it a 100-miler that he ran?
Yeah. 100, whatever.
Why is he talking about doing another one? Is he talking about doing another one this year still?
Yeah, there's going to be a backyard. It's like
it's laps.
4 miles every hour. And you got to step up to the line every hour.
And if you don't make it back in time, you're done.
Then you're done.
Is it like a last man standing kind of thing? Yeah.
So I've never done this format. Joe's done one before, him and Brandon, and they capped it at like, I don't know, 24 hours or something. And that one was a little bit different. This format, the one that they want to do in October, up at Estes Park, I think they'll go till there's a last man standing. So I don't think there's a
48 hours if some dude keeps going for 200 miles or or whatever.
And so I don't know what Estes will bring and what this race brings as far as people, and I've never done this format. So
are you going to run it?
Thinking. I don't know. We might do a whole like everybody.
I mean, what's it matter, right? You can go like, I'm going to do.
I think we're going to make a whole weekend out of it.
Do 40 miles or something.
This will be a little cold, but
yeah.
But yeah, it's whatever you can do. And so, but if you, in this format, if you do 24 hours, you'll hit 100 miles.
Yeah.
So 4 miles every hour.
Yeah.
And then you get a buckle. So yeah, he wants to do that. And so that's more of a, what can you do? And not necessarily like I'm going to complete this.
Just can I finish at all? Right.
Yeah, I'm going to go up and compete.
Yeah.
Give it the best. And so, and I think he wants the 100 miles in 24 hours. So that's something that obviously none of us have done yet. Joe stomped down the fastest time of us all at 27 hours.
Oh, yeah. But not the longest. Joel did 107 miles.
Oh, I don't know who's the longest. I don't know who has the longest one. They're all there,
about that,
and then who gets bonus miles, like who gets lost a little bit or whatever, right? And so, you know, my watch died with 9 miles left or 7 miles left, and I was at like 103 or something.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know, right? Who has the longest or whatever, but as far as time goes, the way we look at it is if you can do 30 hours as a regular dude, it's pretty hard. It's pretty awesome. On a mountain run.
That's wild. Yeah.
We've never done 100 like on a track, which we'll try this year. But
that makes you think, like, could I even walk for 30 hours straight? Just not stop.
So Joe doing 27 was pretty huge for us. So
yeah,
like mine, I did 35 hours, dude. I wasn't even close to 30 hours.
Yeah. And how many hours? What did he ran 100 and what? 27.
27 something.
Wow. 8 hours
or 28. Maybe he was 28 this year.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm giving him credit. 28 maybe. Oof. But still, saying, I mean, it was very, very awesome. And so back to it, the other piece of it would be, can we do 100? Can he do 100 in 24 hours? Yep. And then it's just the next level to it.
Yep.
Then this would be also something new to all of us would be like, how much farther could you go to? So there's no finish line, essentially. So, right, mentally, could you do 120? Could you do 110?
Right.
Because when your mind knows your mind knows when it's over, it's tough, right? Because then the body's stopping. It's like when you cross that finish line, you were running, a minute ago, and now you can't walk, right?
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen quite that fast, but within.
pretty close, yeah.
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 The chess game on strategy would be fun with that too.
And so the mental piece of like, you don't have a finish line. So what could the body potentially do? I mean, dude, these backyards are fun to follow on Instagram and stuff. And I mean, nowadays, I mean, they're putting in 300 plus miles. I mean, they're going days and days and days. They're just crushing it. Showing up, we're doing one more. Yeah.
Good Lord.
500 is not going to be that crazy.
500 miles in a row.
I thought it'd be here sooner. Just when I first started watching this sport, I was like, they're going to be running 500 miles soon.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, there's people that are covering this distance. I mean, I'm sure you can find it on Instagram. Someone's running 500 miles, I assume, doing something. But as far as like competitions and people competing, but I don't know. We haven't seen very many. I mean, they're like 300 and stuff isn't really promoted as much. But yeah, 200 plus races are a big deal now. 250. I mean, there's
no thank you, dude.
People that are competing have laundry lists of races at these distances.
Yeah.
And there's a whole system at it.
My hips and knees.
And then these go
right
more.
now.
I mean, they're putting 300 in plus,
Yeah.
you know, in these backyard kind of ultras and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude, before we wrap up, Colin, where are we at with Ruckless, dude?
Well, right now we are getting ready to push the app. So app's going to the store.
Okay.
And Apple will run its approval process, and we will have it up here shortly.
Good.
But yeah, so big things, big moves. But pretty excited to actually have this in the store there,
dude.
And then it'll stay kind of quiet for a little bit here.
Yeah.
And then we'll ramp up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Our developer's on vacation right now.
Is he back
just
yet?
getting
back? Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
So I can bug him.
Yeah.
Nick, I'm coming for you, dude. I want this thing done, man. I want this thing done. Like it just needs to be there. But I mean, I'm excited, man. I went fishing this last week, and a great example of how it could have been useful. Me and Nate, who is very dialed in, has all the things. We get to the Green River, and we were going to float Thursday, Friday. Well, we both get off work a little early. I'm like, I can get there. We can get an evening float in. He's like, all right, roger that. I'm packing up now. I'm in the truck, you know?
Yeah.
So I get in the truck. It's a 6 hour drive, and I get to the river about 6:15, 6:30. We get the boat in the water, run shuttle. We get on the water by 7. And it's the A section of the Green, which has sort of one rapid that has a boat permanently stuck to the bottom of the river. And it's a named rapid. It has a sign, you know, mother-in-law rapids coming up. And so you got to be a little careful. Well, me and Nate hastily just throw all of our shit in the boat, and we're like, let's get on the river. And Ruckless would have been really helpful. It'd have been actually, I own 2 very powerful headlamps right now because of this trip, because all I had in my fly box was enough headlamp to like see the flies and put the boat away.
Got it.
But not enough headlamp to see rapids out the front of the boat. And I've been in this situation before, and I know better than that. But I was thinking like, damn it, Brian. You know what I mean? If you had this and you were using it, you did a good job of it. We end up running these rapids with like the world's shittiest head. I don't know. It's dumb because like my nice headlamps, I keep them in my hunting gear, in my vinyl harness. I'm like, oh, my fly box, I'll just throw this old shitty one in there. You know what I mean? Because I'm not really thinking I'm going to have to look downriver. So Nate has to run this rapids by freaking sonar. You know what I mean? He's like a bat. He's like clicking in the back. And I'm just like shining. I'm like laying out the front of the boat, like as far as I can with my little tiny headlamp and just kind of shining on the rocks. I'm like, there's a rock over there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Luckily, we get down it. We're in a buddy's boat too, Tony. Sorry. There's no holes. We did not wreck the boat. And that was actually my biggest concern. I was like, I'm in a buddy's boat. We're running this rapid that is known for eating people up, you know? And it's a borrowed boat, you know?
Yeah.
And so lesson learned on that
100
for people
flashlight.
listening, like get the biggest damn headlamp you can get and throw it in the box, right? So now I've got these, and Amazon is, you know, you can get, and I'm sure they're dog shit and they won't last that long. But I bought 2 of these like 9,900 lumens or 99,000 lumens. I don't even know. I brought it in the backyard last night and I can shine onto the moon. You know what I mean? With this thing, like I can give it back some light. Yeah, that was a lesson learned. Like a good strong headlamp if you're going to put on the river at 7 o'clock at night.
Yep.
You know, which is what you have to do right now. It's so hot during the day with the fly fishing side that to get anything that wants to come up and rise for, you know what I mean? a fly, like it's only early morning, but more than likely late evening.
Yeah.
And when you got, I don't know how long that run is, but we got the water about 10:15 at night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What's a
good day.
trip, man, is how many bats, gobs of bats.
Really?
Like at any one spot, like in my headlamp light, I bet there was 40 bats at a time. And that's probably because the bugs were coming to the light as well.
You ever caught a bat on your fly rod?
No.
Oh, okay.
Have you?
I've watched it happen, but no.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Out of the air?
Yeah. Yeah. I got tangled up in the fly line.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Somebody's
Yeah,
back
I caught a
Snag a
snake.
Okay. Okay.
And I meant to do it. Like I was like, oh, there's a snake coming across the river, and you throw the fly line out there, right? And you strip, boop, snake.
Yeah.
And now you're like, shit.
Now I got a snake
I
on
got
my
a
line.
snake on my line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and my buddy's like, great, what are you going to do now? You dumbass. You got to bring it to the boat. Don't bring it to the boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't pull that perk.
Oh, yeah. I had to bring it to the boat, put it
Yeah.
in the net, you know, and you're like, you're an idiot, dude. Don't hook a snake. You know, I mean, it wasn't even, it was like the red, it was weird. It was on the bighorn. But it looked like a coral snake, but it's not. I don't know what we have around here that has like it's the right color combination to not
milk
kill you.
snake?
Milk. There
Milk
you go.
snake.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a milk
Yeah.
snake.
Yep.
Yeah, which was cool to look at, but again,
Yeah.
like don't freaking hook a snake. But yeah,
Yeah.
Red on
yeah.
black.
The number,
Jack.
the
you
red
go.
on black. What?
Friend of Jack.
Friend of Jack. That's
Red
me.
on yellow.
You're a dead
You're
fellow.
Dead fellow. Yeah, it was cool. It's pretty, but dude, the number of bats. If you did, like, I think if you knew how many bats were flying around you at night when you're out there, it was really cool.
That's
It
cool.
was really cool.
That's cool.
But yeah,
You can see 'em all with your
headlamps-
baby headlamp too.
Headlamps, big ass headlamps are the latest addition to my everything boxes. You know.
Yeah.
But dude, fishing.
like
What's that?
All I can think about is like just a fucking bat wing getting snagged by a hook, dude. A hook would
Oh, they
destroy
would.
a bat. I
They're
feel like.
really
It
thin
just
little
got
wings.
wrapped up in it, so it wasn't actually like the hook part.
Flew
Yeah.
through the line and like got wrapped
so
up.
somewhere in the back cast, wrapped it up. Oh
no.
He's like, "What?" Yeah, and then
I got a bat in here.
it got itself out.
Good. Bats are like
He cut the line, and then
scariest.
as soon as he cut the
Keep your
actual
little
fly line,
slimy-
and then
Oh, dude, and their teeth and their little face and their noses. Like, you ever seen like up close pictures of bats? Like, it's you need to look at it later. We can put it on the podcast, Tyrel. Like I always say, we'll never do that. But yeah, it was fun. But Nate's dialed, man. I mean, I've talked about him a bunch on the podcast because he is a guy that I like really look to for. He is just so dialed. He was a Marine and just he says he's autistic. You know what I mean? I think he might be a little bit. But like it's just so organized. Like I had him send me a list. I'll put it on the ruck list side, and but it's like he guided like 30-day rafting trips in
Wow.
like New Zealand and different places where you'd put in, and 26 days later you're coming off the river where your food drops along the way. But his kitchen box, it's like an NRS, tote with straps over the top, so it's tight and sealed. But inside this thing is like you could cook like a chef out of this thing. And it was all inside this one tote, but he had like this really cool, everything's really expensive. That's the hard part is like when and he's like, dude, this thing, what did he say? Because he's like, I know that, he's like, I know, look, he's texting me this morning because we were going back and forth. But he's like, I know the stove's expensive, and I said, do I have to buy that one or can I get this one? And, he's like, I won't budge on the stove. He's like, yeah, he says, no way. The stove is something I'm firm on. He goes, I've used that Partner stove. So that's the brand is Partner Stoves. In elk camps, at 10 below, on river trips in Nepal, and every fucking where in between, and he's right. He's like, the worst thing in the world is have a stove that doesn't work, and you got 10 people that are hungry looking at you like, where's my damn food?
oh yeah, you don't want
Right?
to play that game.
You don't want to play it with an Amazon $45 stove.
No.
Right? If you're going to do it, do it.
No.
But this damn hobby, like everything is so expensive, and that's the hard thing when you're a youngster. You got to do the $50 stove. You just do,
You got to do something.
Or
with
you
it.
take bologna sandwiches.
But there's a bunch of different options that are cheaper and that kind of stuff. And
Wildly
there's
cheaper.
a bunch of ways to skin this cat,
Yep.
with like what you need to bring to actually get out. And that's what's been fun for me to take stuff out of my pack. Like
Yeah.
looking at I can never remember what I had like exactly last year. I might have the list, but I don't know exactly what I took. I had exactly what I took last year. I gone back through it. I think I told Jay that it was something like 4 or 5 pounds I was lighter this year.
Yeah.
It's 3.5, but
Yeah.
I'm 3.5 pounds lighter, like auditing my pack from this year to last.
Yep.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I had a bunch of crap last year that I marked in there like did not use. And I was like, don't actually need that. You're right.
And it's funny
And it
how
came
much
out of my pack.
the app, I know but fuck it, that's what we're here for, the commercial for Ruckless, but like how much it helped me when I was putting stuff away. Like as you're taking, because everybody, Tyrel, we said this, like you still have your shit in a bag from last year.
Yeah, I haven't washed my clothes yet.
Haven't washed it yet, but like I would be the same way. I mean, we all would. You'd get home from a hunting trip or whatever, and your stuff would sit in your garage for like 2 months. If you weren't going on another one,
Right.
But when it's organized and dialed in, now I've got like a drawer that holds everything that lives in my pack.
Yep.
I've got a drawer that's all my cook stoves and all that stuff, and so now like because it's more organized. I also know what I tend to do is put everything in a big tote that I know I'm not going to use, or I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use.
Yeah.
Because I'm nervous to just get rid of it, right? So what I've done is I put it all in a tote, I put it up on the shelf, and I go, if you live there for a year and I don't touch you through hunting and fishing and backpacking and all those seasons, then I'm going to give you away,
Yep.
And because I do get a little scared going, well, you have that weird little, string light, LED light, and like maybe I'll use it, or this weird tarp that you bought. You think I'm going to need a tarp someday. I've never taken it out of this bag, And so I think that's the thing that Ruckless has helped me with is like knowing what I don't need as well, and then kind of getting my garage cleaned up to the point where I go, I'm efficient,
Yes.
and dialed in, and I've got exactly what I need. Nothing that I don't. That's one of our big pushes in the marketing side, but it's true.
Well, and I've given away a ton of stuff on that Accord, and like I hooked Mick up with a pack and a vinyl harness and some stuff like that.
Right.
Gave away some stuff the other day to Cam there, and
some lefty
other
stuff for a righty kid.
He'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, a bunch of just random stuff because like I don't actually need this, and I everything in between. It saved me a little bit. It's created some efficiency that I didn't expect.
Efficiency is the big one for me, and confidence.
Yeah. Exactly. And maintenance, that kind of stuff. Like there's a night, like I'll go through and grab all the knives or whatever else I'm doing. And it's like, well, I actually didn't touch that. Well, that's still sharp. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't wear all of these clothes. I only needed to wash these ones.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
Right.
okay. And so it's been useful. It's been useful on the testing side. It's been useful in small ways. And then I had a guy hit me up. I'm going to go see him on the 12th. He's like, hey man, never been solo hunting. I'm trying to figure out what to do here. Is there any way that you could just like lay your gear out on the ground and take a picture of it and send it to me so I can kind of just see what you carry? And I was like, I'll do you one better. And I just sent him on my list.
Yes,
And
dude.
he was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, this is everything. And it's all organized the way that I have it.
Yeah.
But there's your sleep system
With
set up at
pictures.
your camps,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. And everything's labeled. Everything. He's like, well, okay. I guess, I'll meet up with you on the 12th, but I just want to talk about being in the woods, not gear anymore.
Yeah.
That conversation
Because it's
done.
a huge conversation. I said, I had Nate send me his camp, whatever it is, his kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's got little tiny Nalgene. I didn't know you could buy these little tiny Nalgenes, and he's got all the spices labeled. And he's like, okay, and you have olive oil and this and another one and this, and it's cool. I'm a geek for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And I just want to be able to pull it off the shelf, put it in the truck, and go, hey guys, I got kitchen. I got kitchen covered. Right.
Yeah.
If we're in a truck, it's 51 pounds all loaded out. So
Yeah, not what
it's
you want to pack.
heavy-ish. You're not
in,
packing
but-
it unless you got horses, right?
Yeah.
And that's what he said. He's like, it's the right weight, so it can be on one side of a horse, because a horse will carry 100 pounds, right? And so
that's cool.
That's why he's dialed in that way. He's like, it's this weight for a reason. Everything's for a reason.
Oh, Nate's like really tight.
Oh, as dialed as they get. Yeah.
Love that.
Beat himself up about the headlamp thing. He's like, I will never do this again. And he showed me a picture of like 7 lamps laid out. He's like, this one goes in this box and this one, I'm like, I get it, buddy. So
That's cool.
Oh, all right, boys. Well, it's about time to go to work. Thank you for coming in early. Colin, thanks for joining us. It's
buddy.
fun just to have the Ruckless boys in and chat. And it's nice having people in the studio. We've been lucky, Tyrel. We've had a lot of in-studio stuff
I know.
lately. We're going to
Trying
have
to
to
keep scheduling.
go back to the Riverside where we, record online. Hopefully, how many damn technical difficulties. It's like, that's the problem, is like so many things can go wrong when everybody's on the other side of the world,
Yes.
But guys, thanks for listening. Love you guys tons. We cannot wait to get the app out. You will know. You will know when it's launched, because I will not stop talking about it then. But thanks for listening. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.